What's up, Nitro Gang? Happy Saturday evening. And for those of us that know, today is a special day. The day that you show your love, that you really mean it. And for me, I've already done that in the daytime. And now I'm showing my second love, which is, of course, a sickening Nitro that I love it as well. Well, my dudes, I think you saw the thumbnail. And you know that this baby is, in fact, well, it's packing. You know what it's packing? It's packing valves. It's packing rods. It's packing 4 strokes, baby. More on this in a little bit. Let me say hello to everyone that I see here today. I want you to know we are going to go deep inside. I have my plate ready. We got Eric and Matthew, Barncat, RPM, Brendan, how you doing? Darren Gage, Jackson, Nitro Queen, Melissa, Rusty RC Customs, Nitro Pimp, my buddy Benjamin Martinez. All of you, happy Saturday night with the Nitro Gang. And what are we going to find inside? I don't know. I've never taken this engine apart. Let me catch up with a couple other viewers. We got Paige Smith, Lotus RC, RC Adventures, my friend Xavier. We got One Speed, Redman, Johnny, Geo Mac, Dana, and Big Boys Toys. Appreciate you guys, and I hope everyone is having a great Saturday. Well, that's at least a day in my area. Let me wait a little while. We'll get some viewers here. I don't know if there's going to be that many today because it is, after all, an American holiday where you basically spend a lot of money on whoever you're with or you're trying to get with. And then, you see how it goes after. As for me, I did that many years ago at this point. And in fact, actually, I've been doing it every single year to a degree, but, to a lower degree with less unknowns. It's all about the unknowns. You want to have less unknowns. Now, in the title to this video, you guys just read real 4-stroke Nitro OS 26 in a Kyosho SuperTen. All of that is 100% the truth and nothing but the truth. It's a fact that even OJ's lawyer could not dispute. If OJ's lawyer put a glove on this Nitro, guess what? All the gloves in the world would fit because it's a 4-stroke baby. Now, Dolo Brolic, how you doing? Let me catch up to the chat here. We got Terra Curry. Appreciate you guys. Now, late yesterday, I was about to buy that SH31 engine that you guys could see on the Nitro Pimp channel. Maxwell, how you doing? Australiano, how you doing? But unfortunately, it was sold out at the time. But I have my eyes on that SH engine. But for the time being, we got a 4-stroke OS. Now, I have obviously never run this one. And today, we're going to do a lot of learning, a lot of disassembly. I'm probably going to get down into the bowels of this engine. That right there, that's what opens up the intake and exhaust ports. That's right. This engine is unlike any other Nitro engine we've seen before. Now, I just did a quick search on eBay. There's one going for about $980. That's a lot of dollars, my dudes. That's a lot of dollars. Now, I've been looking in old RC magazines for this engine. I remember coming across it a couple years or maybe months ago. I know Nitro Pimp said it was in the year 2000. I just took a quick look through this. Don't know if it's there. If I have time, maybe I'll do a better detailed look. Did I actually put tabs on this magazine? I put tabs on this magazine. You see, that's what you call proper Nitro Gang reference material. You have to put tabs on things. And then you don't forget. You see, one tab says ABN. Obviously, I was doing research on ABN engines. Well, we'll take a look as we move forward. By the way, for those of you that are joining me after seeing yesterday's stream, I want you to know that I went and got that full Traxxas pipe. So check that out. This is going to be for a Traxxas Nitro Sport. It's here. It was actually on Amazon. Ordered it. It showed up real fast. literally, some would say overnight. So about $16. It was like $1 more than amine, but you know, it's basically worth it. When you need a pipe, you need a pipe, bros. So we could get the Nitro Sport repaired, but today is gonna be sickening engine night and day. So let me take a couple minutes here to catch up to the stream, guys. Don't know if there's gonna be a lot of viewers or not today, but if there are, that's good. If there aren't, listen, my feelings, they're not gonna get hurt. I've been through the ups, I've been through the downs, and I still hate roller coasters. You know what I'm saying? Anybody here hates roller coasters? I do. Freaking waste of time. By the way, if you guys out there got a cold, I know the colds are going around. Get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a cup of coffee, and make a Nitro great again when you can. All right, Barn Cat. Let me see what Barn Cat is saying. I'm going to respond to all of your comments in a second, guys. We'll take off the body and everything in a little bit. I actually have a good amount of tabs pulled up for research on this. We're talking like a shit ton of tabs, bros. Like a shit ton. We're talking like 6 tabs. And Barn Cat goes, that is a reliable 4-stroke question mark. I feel like I hear a lot of people having problems with them if they can't even get them to run at all. Honestly, I read a lot of forums just literally before this video. I read a lot of forums, dude. And I have a couple of good answers, bro. So most people are saying obviously a 4-stroke nitro engine is not comparable to a 2-stroke, right? And in 2-stroke, you have 50% of the strokes are power strokes, right? So when the piston is being pushed down, that's a power stroke. On a 4-stroke, you obviously have 25% of the strokes, which is a quarter of that power, is a quarter of those strokes are power strokes, right? But the benefit is you get a lot more low-end torque. And, well, the downside is you get less RPM. So those are all trade-offs. The Super class, this is not a Super Nitro, it's a Kyosho SuperTen FW03. The Super class, really, they were going for realism. They were going for scale. They were going for how close to a sickening real engine can I get. And basically they said we need valves. And, well, they got valves, baby. You could see the valves right there. So we'll take it all apart and we'll continue. Lasso Kid, thank you, bro. Appreciate that contribution to the channel. Everything here goes towards Nitros one way or another. Just so you know. Let me see what you guys are saying. Only RC, how you doing, man? Happy Saturday to you. Lotus here with a great comment. Lotus goes, I bet the RB supercharger would actually work on that. You know what? I think it actually would. I don't think I've ever seen anybody with a supercharged 4-stroke. But in fact, yes, that's actually not a terrible idea. I got to look into that myself. All right, let's continue, everybody. So I'm going to take the body off. In just a couple minutes, we'll do a quick look at this. So this particular one, let me do a little bit of history on the Super 10 in general. You guys might have seen my channel already. I have more than one Super 10. This is exactly the same size vehicle as a Super Nitro. So basically the Super 10, Super Nitro, and the Tamiya TGX. I think that's correct. Not the TG10. The 10 is a 10 scale. The TGX was a race class. Now, Tarek here with a good comment. He goes, usually the 4-strokes belong in airplanes. I am glad you brought that up. In fact, most of my research online, if you put in OSFS26, you will get airplane engines. This specific one was designed for on-road cars. So it's actually quite different. Internally, they're the same. But obviously, we're going to take a look at this one. We'll check it out. So let me get the body off. Let me just get a little more comfy here, guys. Thank you all for showing up, supporting the channel. And if you haven't had a chance to watch today's Duratrax video, it tanked. Am I upset about that? No, because I'm going to look inside a Nitro engine, okay? Duratrax is dead, but Nitros will never die. All right, so I'm going to take off the body. This one's in really good condition. By the way, this might have been a HPI body. I don't know. I know there were many versions of the Super 10. Some were called the Super 10 4-2. The term 4 indicates that it would have been bundled with the 4-stroke. Well, guys, what do you say? Should we take a little bit of online research first? or not. Or on-body it right now. All right, page goes, let's do a little research. Let's do a little research, and we'll on-body it. I have to do a lot of work on this, to be honest with you guys. It's a little overwhelming, because I have never taken apart a four-stroke engine. I actually have the exploded parts views pulled up. This actually has a bit of a cam like on a regular car. It has lifters, it has springs, it has a head, it has valves, it has everything. So I did a good amount of research. Let's pull up some of the online research I just did, and we'll just take a look, and then we'll on-body it, bros, on-body it. All right, so we got the all-famous pink Mac. You go pink, you don't go back. You know why? Because they're cheaper. Nobody wants some pink Mac. But I saved some money on this. And then I invested in a Nitro. So this is basically the picture from the thumbnail. It's from the OS Engine website. It says, real feel, four-stroke. That's some clever marketing. Right, so if you look at the FS engines, FS26, basically it's a 0.26, as you would expect, 0.26. There are also 0.20s and 0.30s for airplanes. The 0.26 is the only car-specific engine that they made. All right, so real feel, four-stroke. All of it is in Japanese, obviously. We have a couple pictures here, basically, of the pipe they want you to use and the headers. Keep in mind, these have unique headers. They're not like a regular exhaust header on a regular car. We'll talk about the specs in a little bit. The RC4U, how you doing, bro? Let's go to the next page. This is just a web search I did. So most of the stuff you wind up getting airplane engines. Notice the ones with the silver crankcase. Those are, in fact, the airplane ones. So don't look at those. Most of them are going to be the airplane. The car one is going to be the black crankcase one. All right, so here is a little bit of info on the car model itself. This is the 2000 SuperTen 4.2 Special Edition. So this particular one, as you can tell, it was already bundled with the four-stroke engine. Now, I know for a fact mine is not this model. It would have been an aftermarket engine added on mine, because you could tell on this one, we have what appears to be a built-in fan. Ray Coral, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. So, everyone joining us today, we're taking a look at, I think, my rarest Nitro engine that I own, which is the four-stroke OS. So, thanks from Ray Coral, Spotty Jack. Let's continue, everybody. That's right, pimp. Well, you know, I'm basically recollecting what I learned in the past hour. So this particular one came with a fan. Mine doesn't have it. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. All right, so what does it say? No body shell was supplied. I think mine was a different version, but it doesn't really matter. That's what they're called, SuperTen-10, -4. Right, so here's a little bit of a close-up. It looks like this one was a single speed, but mine, bros, it's a two-speed baby. Crazy for Honda. What's going on, man? I used to have a Integra GSR. I know all about that Honda JDM craziness. All right, so here's the engine itself. We'll take a more detailed look. Notice on this one, they have ourselves. John Smith, what's up? This is, at the end, there's a pulley. Wonder Bread, how you doing, Wonder Bread? Everybody, happy Valentine's Day, whether you're loving on your Nitro and loving on your significant other or on your cat or dog. Make sure you're being a good, positive person today, just like every single day. This one, we do have a two-speed, and there is a pulley at the end here to apparently spin the fan. We don't have that. All right, let's go to the next page. So this is just another web search. I basically just searched Kyosho SuperTen 4. It's going to be a lot of pictures, basically just pictures. Let's go to the next page. 1 second. I got to see what the page is. All right, so this is just info on the SuperTen itself. I think the very first SuperTen came out in '97. That appears what it was. The rest of this really doesn't matter. There were multiple models. Notice it says in '99, we also had one with a .12 LD engine. Now, my dudes, Do you think I own a .12 LD engine? Go ahead. Just tell me, do you think I own one? Because you have a 50-50 chance of being wrong. Robin Silla, how you doing, bro? Get him, Yugen Seiki, and review it. One day I will, man. One day I will. You know, one thing, it's kind of like the law of attraction and love. When you least expect it, you find it. That's how it is. I'll tell you, since today is Valentine's Day, in the times in my life that I remember in my youth, when you least were looking for, let's say, a significant other, a girlfriend, a wife, whoever, a Nitro, and Tarek agrees, when you were least looking for it, it found you. Now, I'm not a big believer in ideology like that, but it's basically how it's always been. Can't explain it, it just is. Question is, do I have an OS 12 LD? The answer is a yes, baby. It's a yes. All right, next up, let me see what we have. I have a couple more tabs open. All right, so this is a video I found already in my online research. I've never seen this channel. Seems to be a pretty dope-ass channel. This is a guy that took this engine apart. So, but he apparently has a airplane version. So this is for sure an airplane version. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but this is the timing portion right there. It's a geared timing portion. Let me see what else I have. Next up, of course, when you go to a main, that is the literal head from this engine. So in close detail, we could see spark plug, the valves, lifters, springs would be here, exhaust, and the rods. What's up, Millis?
Do you want some wine?
Oh, I just got asked if I want wine. What do you guys think? Should I say yes to wine? All right, let me see what the next tab is. All right, next tab.
You want wine or not?
Okay, she said, do I want wine? All right, bring it down here. I'm going to think about it in a little bit. Next tab, we have one that is obviously a car-specific model. Melissa, bring the wine. They want to see the wine. Come on, it's a party. You got to show it. So this is the car-specific model with what appears to be the world's tallest gearing. Now, keep in mind, the reason it has that is because I said before, these pull tall gears because they have low torque. This is a proper one. Notice the small side exhaust port. We'll take a look at that later. Mark, how you doing there? Mark, happy to have you here, man. Next page, we got the information on it. We got the specs. Now, these do not have a crazy amount of power. Hold on a second. So we have a PDF here. I actually wanted to open up this PDF because it's very, very important. Hold on, boo. Oh, thank you for that. She got me some of that wine. Guess somebody wants to party ×2 today. You want to party ×2? Sickening. Should I drink this right now and continue or what? I was talking about engines.
Let me know if you want more.
Do I want more? I have stuff to do.
Alright, just let me know. I have the bottle on me.
Ah, delicious, baby, delicious. Party ×2. Just like how we have 4 strokes, we're gonna have 4. Well, I can't say it. All right, so we'll get down to this. Actually, we did want to take a look at this because this is the kind of stuff that you need to know when you're working on something that you have really never seen before. All right, so here they just give you a little bit of information. They're saying not to apply an electric starter, which is logical. What's up there, Big Boys Toys? Oh, sickening gummies. I love those, man. John, how you doing? Happy Valentine's and Nitro Day to you. I'm over here enjoying a little bit of champagne I got poured without my consent. Hope there's no roofies in here. So shout out to our buddy John. All right, let's continue. We're just going over some of the parts that this engine came with. Because a lot of this stuff is very unique and regular OS engines don't have this. Okay, so we have air filters. It appears to be pretty much a common glow plug, I think. I'll take a look at it. Now, the carb has a couple special features. Starting to feel woozy. Well, next up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here we go. This is basically the explanation, right? We have the rocker cover. We know that. Cylinder head. Crankcase. This hole right here. James, how you doing there, James? This is the timing cover. Timing cover. So I think I'm going to have to open all that because this engine is seized. Let's continue down. Take a look at some of the explorer parts views because it's pretty important. So notice on this one, the carb, it doesn't directly go to the engine. It's kind of like a gas engine, you would say. There is a carb, they call it a carb retainer. I don't know if you want to call it an insulator, maybe, but that's what they call it. All right, let's scroll down. Blah, blah, here to telling you how to mount it. All right, here's some break-in information. Run-in or break-in. Let me see. I'm curious if this needs to be broken in. Okay, so it needs to be run in. Okay, so it does need to be broken in. Here we have some info on the carb. What I really want to get down to is, notice how detailed these old manuals were. Oh, sickening. We have valve adjusting? Is this like a freaking Volkswagen? What?
I said hi to that person, and I'm waiting for that person to respond.
Okay. We have valve adjustments. I hope I don't have to adjust no valves. Dude, this is like a Volkswagen air-cooled engine. Sickening. I don't even know how to do that, but we'll have to take a look at it. There must be some unique tools for valve adjustments. All right, so here we have some symptoms and some other things. Blah, blah, blah. I want to get down to the exploder parts views. This is like a 20-page manual. All right, so here is the detailed exploded views. I'm going to give you guys a good detailed view over here. Let me know, holla if you can hear me. All right, so the top, we have the valve cover all the way on the top. 2 screws. We have rockers. We have the springs. It's basically like a mini engine. Basically like a mini engine, right? We have the head. We have the 2 valves. We have, oh man, that's a ring. This is a ringed piston, bros. Nitro Addiction, what's going on? This is a ringed piston right here. We have the head shim. This is a proper 4-stroke connecting rod and the sleeve. The sleeve obviously has no ports because this is a 4-stroke, right? Nitro Racing, how you doing? You have a question? Go ahead. Fire away, man. Fire away. But don't use that bazooka, please. I need to survive till tomorrow, okay? Don't use that 45 or that Glock 9. Don't use that. Use your brain. Ask away. All right, so the sleeve is basically a sleeve liner like you would have in a regular vehicle. There's no ports because it's a 4-stroke, right? All of the exhaust, all the valves are, well, on top of the head. Let's see what else we got. Crankshaft. Oh, look at this right here. I'm using my mouse. You guys can see the mouse? All right. RZ Cape Cod, how you doing? Look at the mouse. We have spiral cut crankshaft. Do you know what that's for? Wonder Bread, this is a Kyosho, but the engine is an OS. Robert Jones, what's up, Robert Jones? It's a timing gear. That's a timing valve train. It would slide into this port and intersect with that. Nitro Racing Power goes, don't they use airplane exhaust in airplanes? Yes. In the airplane version, obviously they would use a completely different exhaust. In this one, when I remove the body, you guys will see this has a specific car exhaust. It's not like anything you can get for an airplane. It's completely different. 100% different. All right, we got Boosted RC. What's up, bro? Boosted out there is working on a TC3. All right, guys, I think that's going to be the learning for today. Honestly, this thing has a ton of unique parts that really a regular 2-stroke does not have. All of this is unique. Timing, the crankshaft, the piston, the sleeve, it's all completely unique. And could I get a hell yeah? All right, let's continue. I'm going to pull up to the function because we don't need no introduction. And, well, we're going to unbody it for the first time today. Lotus goes, do I have an RB mod supercharger? I do not. I have never had one, and I've never owned a car with one. So let me gulp down this wine, because Melissa out here trying to party. You know what I'm saying? I told her I got to focus on the stream tonight. All right. My dudes, you ready? I'm going to raise it a little bit so we could see it from the top. All right, so here we go. OS FS 26. So they call this the Surpass series. Let me zoom in on it real quick right there, bros. OSFS. So FS stands for four-stroke, obviously, if you haven't guessed by now. It stands for four-stroke. Woogie, how you doing there, Woogie? All right, so we have a pretty proper setup. This one has a 2-speed model transmission. We have a really nice, clear fuel filter. I don't even know what brand fuel filter that is. That's a proper filter. Correct Kyosho tank. We have the valve train, top of the head, and the carb is all the way on the rear. Pretty much like how you would have it on an airplane setup. But notice this does not have the same needles as an airplane model. This is that carb insulator we were talking about. So notice the carb itself does not directly go into the head. It has a special other part that has the pinch bolt that it holds. Spark is on the back over here, kind of on the diagonal. Pretty much like those 45cc Baja engines, right? This one is a sealed backplate model. Let's take a look around the rest of the chassis. I'm gonna have to pull this engine, bros, because, well, it's completely seized. I cannot spin it over. This one has the Super Nitro style wheels. Of course, they're very, very cracked, but man, these Kyosho chassis, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, they are freaking beautiful. Robert Jones wants to know, what is the value of this car? So, in my opinion, this is an over $1,000 vehicle, I would say. If you guys want, I can compare it to a Super Nitro, and you will see it's not even comparable. It is light years better. And considering I've already driven another SuperTen, I know it's not even comparable. This chassis, it's a work of art. Radio box, real nice and convenient. Look at that. Just opens up. Battery, receiver. This is obviously old school electronics over there. This is a real proper vehicle. Pretty low center of gravity. Obviously, these engines weren't what you got for low CG. If you wanted low CG, you'd have gotten the OS 12 LD, which is the laydown engine. Notice the exhaust. So as I said before, the exhaust on this is unlike any other Nitro exhaust. The pipe looks like a regular pipe, but we have a thin exhaust line, which really makes sense because I guess it's not flowing as much air as a 2-stroke would, right? Because it's a 4-stroke. It has less power strokes. Yeah, Wes Hobbies, how you doing? Wes Hobbies is correct. These are essentially airplane engines, but this particular model was made for this class of vehicle. So the one with the black case is designed for this car. But you are correct. The other ones, generally, all the OS FS engines are plain engines. But they would not have a black crankcase. Let's take a look at the bottom. This one's actually quite awesome, really. If you think about it, this is, compared to a Super Nitro, I would say it's very nice, in my opinion. The plastics are pretty good quality. They're pretty thick. I would say the flex is very minimal as well. Right, this car was obviously run. It's not brand new. This one I know did some actual track racing for the time period. But I will say the parts, the shocks are real nice. Let me just put it on the table here, and I'll show you guys just how great the factory suspension still is. And keep in mind, I did not do anything to the suspension on this chassis. So with this setup here, you guys could check out the factory. Dude, the ride height is actually not bad at all, and I didn't even adjust it. It's fairly good. Rory Holler, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Glad to have you and everyone else here, man. We got a SuperTen. I think this one could use a little bit more ride height, but we have pivot ball suspension all around, and the plastic parts, they are beefier than an actual stake. Let's take a look at the rear end. This is a proper rear end, my dudes. This is a proper fat rear end. If you guys want, I can like go try to find my Super Nitro. Don't even know where I put it, to be honest with you. We could take a look at a Super Nitro compared to this, and then I'm gonna start pulling the engine. But gotta tell you, I love this chassis. I love it a lot. You guys want me to go fetch a Super Nitro or what? Let me know. Yes, no, Super Nitro. So this engine alone, the last time I saw it on eBay, it was about $970. This one is very good. I guarantee you if you clean it, it'll be like new, but it needs to be disassembled. I don't know what state the condition it's in. There are a lot more moving parts in this engine than you would have a two-stroke, right? You have valves, you have cams, you have springs, there's lifters. It's actually a lot of moving parts, and you can't ruin it. Let me go find a Super Nitro wherever it may be. Stop drinking. Not right now. Go talk to the people then. Then come down and talk if you want to drink. Come.
No.
Yeah, come sit on the stairs. Let's go. Let's do it. Well, I left the door open. Left the door open. Sandy's going to come in here now. All right, bros. I got the Super Nitro here. Let me just pull it out.
Don't hate the party, hate the fun.
All right, so on the right, we got, that's the Super Nitro with the OS engine from a couple videos ago. You could obviously see they have the same exact wheelbase, right? But the SuperTen, it's just such a beautiful vehicle. We have a K in the chassis. We have awesome double wishbone pivot ball suspension. It can't, this is a beautiful car. This is actually an older car than this. All right, let's take a look around the sides. Once again, I would say the SuperTen has the Super Nitro beat in this case. What do you guys think? I would say we got a winner on the Super Nitro, actually. I mean, on the SuperTen. Wrong one. Oh, Wonder Bread over there, eating some lobster. Right, Paige Smith goes impressive. I agree, bro. It is. That car, honestly, the handling on the SuperTen is remarkable. I've driven both of these in the same scenarios, and the SuperTen were, in my opinion, really nice. Yeah, Nitro Prim goes, the Supers were a little on the cheaper side compared to these. Yeah, they were not in the same level at all, right? This was their answer to the larger race segment of a car. Don't get me wrong, I love Super Nitros forever. But if you had to pick one, you would definitely want the SuperTen. I mean, look at that rear end. This is called filet mignon, and this is called ground turkey. This is ground turkey, bros. Ground turkey. Filet mignon right there. I like this one. All right, let me get rid of this, and we're going to dig into the Super Nitro. I mean, SuperTen. Keep calling it the wrong car the whole time. Real sickening, really. All right, so first thing, I'm going to have to be real creative in disassembling this. By the way, I do want to mention the fact that we have shaft drive. The shaft drive, it is super smooth. The drivetrain has like close to no resistance at all. No resistance. On the Super Nitro, you understand you had belts all over. You needed belt tensioners. And as soon as you start adding all of that, you have friction. So all that friction, not good. This car, oh, look at this. Someone has eliminated the primer in this. Seems like something I would do. So normally these tanks had primers over here. The way you eliminate it is basically remove the primer, pry it out, and well, you could seal it with a screw and some fuel line, or some super glue or hot glue type of stuff. But I normally use a various different method. All right, guys, time to get to the engine. So I'm thinking of the best way to do this. Right, so roll's okay. Drivetrain, I checked. The four-wheel drive are good. The tires are bad. Just these are obviously dry rotted, so don't, I understand the tires suck. Paige wants to know, how does this compare to a Super to a TC3? TC3 is a 10th scale. So this car is way bigger than a TC3. Let's see, do I have my TC3 here? Well, it's in pieces, actually, so I can't show it to you. But this is a much, much larger car than a TC3. Well, I do have it here, but it's in pieces. Do you guys want to see it or not? It's literally in pieces. All right, so this is the TC3. If I put them up wheelbase to wheelbase, it's a much smaller vehicle. Dana goes, why not start her up? So the motor is seized. It needs to be disassembled. Right, the TC3 is a much smaller vehicle. You could tell the wheels are, well, they're 10th scale wheels, so you can't really compare it. Right, this is a 10th scale. It's called a Super 10, but there really is no exact scale. I would say it's not an 8th. 9th scale is not really a thing. But if I had to say, I would say probably 9th scale. Maybe, if you had to do like a scale analysis. But obviously 9th is not a scale. All right, let's continue, guys. Yeah, so this car it's a much larger car. It just on video, you can't really tell. But this is a substantial segment that basically, there are only 3 cars in this segment. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, let's see. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know it's a holiday. I took a risk today, but I'm glad the risk was taken. Oh, we got Tim Kungas. How you doing? Awesome owner of We Are RC. Gotta go head out and visit him again at the awesome hobby stores in Pennsylvania. I understand there's a couple of indoor racing tracks now, right, Tim? I think there are. So everybody, give a hell yeah shout out to our channel member for a long time and friend Timothy over here in the stream. All right, let's get down to business. I'm going to likely remove the bottom with the engine mounts. I thought I would first remove this, but honestly, it's not a good idea. It's probably a better idea to remove the engine from the bottom, right? Because these engine mounts, you got to basically slide it in and out. I don't think I could slide it in and out right now that well. There's not that much room, so I'm thinking I'll adjust gear mesh later anyway. What do you guys think? Remove it from the bottom? All right. Tim goes, you are correct. Awesome, man. I think when the weather warms up, I know you're going to have one of those awesome RC events sooner or later. I will show up. So let's hope I don't need any kind of torches for this. I've never taken this engine out of here. But for those of us just joining the stream, this is a very, very rare Kyosho SuperTen with a super rare 4-stroke OS engine. Probably cost over $1,000, I would say, in current conditions. Nitro Pimp wants to know, did Tamiya do stretched 10th scales? So yes, they did. The Tamiya version was called the TGX. TGX, very rare. I have, okay, we're going to have to heat this one up. Damn it. Melis, can you bring me the torch? I can't remove it. It's seized. I'm going to have to torch it. The torch. Do you know where my torch is, please? Torch. Torch us. All right, she's going. She drank a lot, everybody. She drank a lot. All right, so I'm going to try this for a second here, but probably need the torch anyway. Okay, I got this one. Got this one. Can't believe it without a torch. But bring the torch anyway. Not a bad idea to to use a torch. Oh yeah, there is a ton of thread lock on this. That is thread lock city.
Okay.
Thanks, Boo. You want to say hi to your fans?
Hi guys.
Talk more. Boo used to get shy on video, you know. All right, let's do it. Oh yeah, that felt good. Ton of thread lock on this, but that's good because you don't want to ruin these gears. Next one, let's do this upper one. All right, so this will be literally, like I said, my very first time opening up the 4-stroke. I've never opened one of these up. All right, let's do the pliers. We got it. All right, need a little leverage, you know? That's why modern humans have done so much on this planet, is because we can use tools. Although there's currently evidence that some animals in nature are also beginning to use tools. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but there's a lot of modern science coming out. I'm not going to do that one that much. Nope. We need the pliers. All right, got it. Got over 105 viewers. If you guys don't mind, give this video a bit of a like. It's okay if you don't like me. I know you like the Nitro. That's fine. I can accept criticism, but don't criticize a Nitro, okay? Please don't do it. Nitro did nothing wrong to you. All right. So let's now get over to this side. I'm being real careful with the carb linkage. I know the carb arm is stuck. Actually, it's gonna have to get heated up. All right, so this is loose. Let's get the exhaust freed up. Got to get the exhaust freed up. It's probably going to be a 2mm. John, thank you, bro. Appreciate that support to the channel. All of this is going towards the gas engine, the SH31. Could we get SH31? Hell yeah. So thanks to John. All right, got this. All right, so I got to be real careful with this engine and all of this hardware. It's obviously very, very old. I figured, you know, since Nitro Pimp out there burning gas in the new SH31, and I couldn't get one because they were sold out, but I'm on the waiting list. Well, for the notification, I figured let me pull out something that's rare as well. And that is what this is. Okay, we got this out. Let's get the exhaust moving. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to remove the carb linkage. Let me think how I want to do the carb linkage over here because these parts are a little crusty. I don't want to move this too much with the throttle arm. It's like real crusty over here. This needs to get cleaned. This part right there, where the throttle arm is, it's real crusty. So I think the easiest way would be to remove this entire linkage right here. Guys, when you're working on stuff like this, it's always in your best interest to go with the path of least resistance. All right, see, Ray Coral goes, find the top dead center hybrid. Well, I don't know where it is. The engine is stuck if you're referring to that. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this set screw. Of course, it's SAE. My 1.5 millimeter don't work. It's SAE. So the next thing I can do is remove the servo linkage itself. You guys understand my logic, what I'm doing? I'm trying not to turn this metal linkage in the plastic part too much, because who knows, it could be brittle, it could break the throttle arm. And you understand what I'm trying to do here? Yeah. Nitro Prim goes, you got to preserve that which cannot be replaced. That's basically what I'm trying to do. The linkages, believe it or not, biggest pains ever. But once you make love with them on Valentine's Day, you're not going to have a problem. In my case, the next easiest thing to do will be to remove the servo horn. The reason is, either way, we're going to have to put in a different receiver in here. So I'm going to have to recenter all of it anyway. So that's my process of elimination, bros. Okay, we got that. All right, so now I got this over here. Now that I have a little more room, I have some space to meddle with the linkage in a freer environment. All right, so let's see what we got over here. So now that I have a little bit of space, what I can do is not manhandle it too crazy. So whatever this is, it's the hole that was drilled for the carb is not big enough for the linkage. That hole is not big enough. You see that rod? The rod should not be, the linkage rod should move freer than this. Do you notice how tight it is over here? That is a mistake. That right there, mistake number one. So now what I got to do is basically either remove the throttle arm or remove that whole linkage right there. Lay back, yes, we got the vintage fail-safe here. Venom, I had to run this a long time ago. So first I'm trying to just get some... All right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to remove this part. All right, 1.5 is good. I'll basically know how it's assembled anyway. It's pretty easy. Nothing to it. All right, there we go. All right, so now that I got the engine out fully, I have a little more favorable, rather, I could say, favorable geometric position to remove the entire linkage. In fact, yeah, this is honestly, it's barely even moving. It is real stuck in this. Do you see what I'm talking about? Whoever did this, this is too tight. That hole needs to be enlarged. That's called an assembly mistake, bros. Let's see, how am I going to... It might be rusted, and that's why it's not coming out. But it needs to come out. All right, so what I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm taking this a little slow, bros. There's like a good amount of rust on this linkage, which is not great. It has to come out. You know what? I think I should probably just leave this and not mess with it for now. Make sense? Yeah, Nitro AC Power goes take a wire brush. So currently right now, the thing is this is so close to the edge. This is just a plastic component. If I get any crazier with that, it's going to break it during the operation. So, well, we have a second hole, but you needed to use the first one. I could remove the throttle arm. It's not the end of the world. Either way, the carb is seized anyway. It's not moving. All right, so the thing is without removing that, it's going to be a little bit annoying. All right, so what I'm going to do, we have an option, bros. We have an option of disassembly. I'm going to go down the line. Milk Hunky, how you doing, bro? Yeah, these little tips, I'm telling you, you manhandle this throttle linkage, and you're going to break this old throttle arm. I know one of our viewers currently has that issue. All right, so I'm thinking what the next easiest thing to do would be. Obviously, we have the valve cover. I could remove that, or I could remove the entire head. Actually, I should probably remove the exhaust manifold first. What do you guys say? Exhaust manifold? I wonder how that's even removable. I'm going to have to look at the exploded parts views. Who remembers where the exploded parts views was? That's the real question right now. Okay, here goes. All right, this doesn't tell me actually. This doesn't have the exhaust in the exploded parts views. All right, what I'm going to do, this might be one of those areas where you got two different. I'm just going to go a little bit easy. I'll be able to tell if it's coming apart or not. Or if it's that big nut. I don't know if it's that inner nut. Or I think it might be this bigger nut. Let me try that bigger nut. Nah, it's tight. I was making noises. All right, so yeah, it's threaded with a flare nut. Let me leave this on for now. Probably don't need to remove it, to be honest with you, because it's attached to the head anyway. So once I remove the head, all of this should just come off. I'm hoping, I'm trying to disassemble as many weird components as possible. Yeah, rusty cards, need 2 wrenches goes Dana. I'll be able to do this later when I have, obviously I'm not doing a live stream right now. It's a little complicated. I'm just trying to do the complex parts right now. All right, so I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the valve cover. So I do have automotive tools, just not right here, but I do have them. They're like a pretty good set of tools. Let's go into this. All right, this one's already, I've actually removed that a while ago. All right, bros, we're going deep in to the OS 4-stroke. Yeah, Maxwell goes use 2 wrenches. I'll be able to do that later. I don't need to disassemble all of it in this stream. Obviously, you know, when I reassemble it, I'll do a better job. Right now, I just need to remove some of the parts for cleaning at this point. Right? I don't need to heat gun it right now because I have like sensitive computer equipment around. Let's remove it. Let's take a look inside. You all ready to see those rockers? Remember the wrestling group, the Rockers from the 1980s? The Rockers? I didn't like them that much. Actually, wasn't that Shawn Michaels? That was Shawn Michaels' first tag team, wasn't it? Nitro Racing Power. We're going to get down to the crank. I showed it earlier. It's actually a pretty genius crankshaft. All right. Well, we don't got sludge like a Hyundai. I'll say this. This engine's cleaner than the GDI Hyundai, right, Nitro Pimp and everybody? We got the rockers, and the springs, and the valves. All right, there's plenty of pictures of this online, so I don't have to be any careful about this or anything. All right, let's put this down. So yeah, we have literally rockers. Next up, let me give you a little bit of a closer view. It's obviously all seized, but unlike a Hyundai gas GDI engine, this has no buildup. That's right, Lotus. Ain't no sludge buildup like in a GDI Hyundai or a Kia, pretty much any modern vehicle. All right, so next is going to be the head. I'm not removing some of these components because I'll do that separately. Man, could I get a hell yeah for that visibility over here? So, crazy for a Honda goes, does that piston have rings? Yes, this has a single ring. An actual ring. So all the screws are 2 millimeters. Pretty normal. Let's get to town, bros. I'm gonna turn it like it's hot. Okay, good, came out. All right, Nitro Pimp here, not with a bad suggestion. He goes terrified of bending a push rod. So Pimp, I watched the video. In fact, the push rods are just they're just little rods over here. I saw it's literally minimal assembly, but he might be correct. I'm thinking let's remove the back plate first. That's a good catch right there. That's a good catch from Pimp. That's how you could trust that guy. All right, so let's do the back plate first. He is correct. Always best to go with the path of least resistance. It's possible if I just soak this in some fuel, it'll be okay. Because this engine, oh, that's going to need heat and cleaning. It might even be half stripped. All right, so let's see. I'm going to clean this out a little bit. Hopefully, I don't have to cut anything in there. There's a bunch of old stuff in there. All right, so yeah, you know what? We're gonna. I think not a bad idea to heat this also. All these screws are really, really old. You don't want to take no risks. That's not too good right there. I'm gonna put it back on the floor, on the ground here. All right, I'm gonna heat that part. Hopefully it'll be okay. I'm not too worried about that screw. It sticks out, so if anything, I can just cut it off. What's good there, Eric Sonov? Yeah, it's a little on the rusted side. As you could tell, this has over a decade worth of built-up sludge. It looks clean, but you know, minimal things still basically not that easy to deal with like this. Trying to get that out of the way. So we'll heat it up a little bit. There's no rubber components here in the back anyway, so nothing's gonna get damaged. That's a good point. Let me make a mental note of where that thing is. So it's pointing to the right bottom over there. When I have to assemble it, I'll rewatch this video. Let me do a little more. Oh yeah, there's like a ton of sludge on that screw. Look at that hole over there. That's interesting. That must be the cylinder liner. All right, I mean, it's in there pretty good now. Let's see. Nope. This one's going to have to get Dremeled out. Yeah, this one's going to have to be a Dremel job. But, I mean, the screw's pretty good. It sticks out. I think it's already been stripped, this one in particular, actually. So, first issue we ran into. What's up there, Velocity of Beast, man? How you doing? Where is the MIP? Bro, I don't know where I put that 2mm, to be honest with you. Honestly, I wouldn't say there's any benefits of the MIP over, like, the Amazon ones. I've never stripped a screw with those wrenches, just so you know. All right. Let me try again. If it doesn't work, I'm going to have to cut it. Yeah, it's gonna need to get cut. All right, so I could go cut it right now. You guys want me to cut it right now? I'm gonna put the valve cover back on for now, actually. So first issue with this old engine, gotta cut things. Y'all want to see me cut it? I'm just gonna slightly tighten it. Pretty good at cutting things. Although I didn't really cut class a lot in school. I went to school. All right, let me go get my cutter. Yeah, layback. I read that information on the clearance as well. Yeah, Eduardo, we're gonna flathead cut it. I guarantee you guys it'll be fine. All right, let me go get my device. How about you come downstairs? All right, bros. I got the cutting glasses, and I got the rotary tool. I don't love cutting. I'll be honest with you. It's not my favorite thing to do. But someone's got to do it. You all good? You know, it's not a bad idea. I don't have a napkin here, but plugging up the carb would not be a bad idea, but it's shut anyway. I'm going to clean the carb anyway. All right. Let's cut, baby, cut. Should be okay. That should be adequate. Maybe a little more. Let's try it. So the cutting process itself also heats up the screw enough that it has enough torque. Well, I don't think torque is the correct word that I'm going for there, but it does the job. Let's see it. Come on, my dudes. Put your hands for Valentine's Day together, please. One, two, three. Turn, baby. Turn. Not yet. Might need more cutting. Man, this screw's in there hardcore. So far, nothing. Let me do this off video because I can't really grip it that well. What's up there, Satan's Rage? Just out here trying to cut. Screw not letting me get it done. Okay. Well, bros, got a question for you. Did a hybrid turn the screw out? Because the answer is yes. Right? What do you all think about that? It's not even damaged, but I'll likely replace it. See that, baby? Cut job worked. All right, question is, am I going to have to do that to all the screws? Damn, this engine fighting me every single step of the way, man. Whew. All right, so next one. Oh, yeah, it's hella dirty also. All right. So let me clean the other portion. Eduardo, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, Big Boy's Toys. Everything in this engine is crazy thread lock, dude. I have a feeling all of them are going to have to get cut crazy, because they're all pretty much bad. All right, what do you want me to do? You want me to heat the top screw also? Because it's going to get stripped 100% as well. Or just cut it. Cut it or what? We got 106 viewers. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, this is thread locker from hell, guys. I think I'm going to have to cut all of them at the way this is going. I'm going to have dust all over this place. Let me get this beautiful Super Nitro off the table. What's up there, No Music Man? You're just in time. It's Valentine's Day with your favorite love. Number 2, a Nitro. This is a rare OS 4-stroke. Notice it got valves in the front, and it got gear train in the middle and timing right there. Not like any engine anyone has ever seen on this channel. All right, so let's, I'm going to begin heating this one. It's basically all of them are going to have to probably get cut. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to cut all of them. Because this ain't working out, bros. It's going to be a cut fest. Where did I put my glasses? Right here. All right, let's cut the second one. So I'm trying to do the path of least resistance, but this 4-stroke fighting me every step of the way. I'm going to do this bottom one next. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful cut. Look how symmetrical that cut is. It's better than cutting high school. Let's turn, baby, turn. Got it. Oh, yeah. That would have definitely not come out with the Allen. It would have 100% stripped also. Cut, baby, cut. Oh, I need a break. These glasses give me a headache. All right. 2 so far. Good. Nothing ruined. The screws are basically sacrificial. You really could reuse them because really there's nothing wrong with the head. So what? You're going to have flathead screws. I mean, it ain't a big deal. No Verasi does it. All right. Whew. I got to take a little break. It's a stressful cutting over here, my dudes. All right. Let's cut the third one. That's right. Almost factory cut. Notice how good that line is right there. That's a proper cut. See how nice that goes in? It's made for Valentine's Day, dude. Made for Valentine's Day right there. So this particular cutoff wheel, I do want to tell you guys, this particular cutoff wheel, it's much thinner than the regular Dremel ones that you get. If you were basically going to use like the regular thickness Dremel cutoff wheel on that screw, then about, 50% of the total screw would be missing. You would have very little material left. So this is very, very important, the thickness of the cutter. All right, let's get these annoying ass glasses back on. What sucks is they're freaking bifocal, which really pain in my eyes. And they're dirty. All right, let's cut, baby, cut. Either way, all this is going to be cleaned. I'm not too particularly worried about it. But you know what I'll do? I'm going to hold it right like by the carb just in case. We're going to cut this top one. Let's go. Cut, baby, cut. That's plenty. That is plenty. All right, bros. Cut, baby. Cut. Let's turn it. You ready? You ready to turn? I'm ready to turn. Like that song says, turn up, turn down for what? Turn down for nitro. Oh, yeah. Got it. I had to apply basically my entire human torque. But we got the screw moving. You could see like the remnants around the screw. That's all thread lock. All around it. All right. I need a mini brake. Whew. Mini brake time. All right, hold on. Let me self-motivate. Gotta self-motivate. Melissa, we got any more wine? You drank all my wine, dude. Come on. That's right, Rusty. Human torque. All right. Break over. Who do you think? I'm a union employee? I'm on the Nitro Gang time over here, bros. Come on. It's Nitro Gang time. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. I put a link. The RC10 GT is on sale. If you're going to want to get the RC10 GT right now is the time to get it. Let me do a quick show and tell because I want you all to buy it, okay? Because it's on freaking sale right now. Like, why would you not buy it? Like, this is the time to buy it. All right, so let me just show you real quick, guys. The very first link right there. Associated RC10 GT. If you don't already have one and you want one, right now is the time to buy it. Very first link. $2.99. I mean, it's 25% off sale. Like I said, if you don't already have one or want one for parts, this is the time to buy it. Because, well, there's really nothing else on sale right now. So, can I get a hell yeah? Use the link and get it. I'm telling you guys. I mean, for $2.99, it's a pretty good value, right? So, if you can, please use the link from the video. I would really appreciate that. Mine is over here. All right, let's get back to OS. All right, President's Day. So, you know, that's the sale that we got going on for President's Day. All right, last screw, guys. Last screw. This is going to be close to the upper portion. Be a little more uncomfortable to cut. All right, last screw over there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, Lasso Kid goes, that's sick. All right, I'm going to cut this last one. Ray Carl, you have a good night, bro. Appreciate you. Cut, baby, cut. That is plenty. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and we'll turn it out. What's up there, Mini Mechanical? Oh, yeah, it's a tiny manifold. It's a 4-stroke. That's basically normal for these motors. Which is kind of interesting, because I know the airplane versions, they basically use giant-ass air exhaust, so I don't know why these have such small ones, but all the OSFS engines basically have these exact styles of manifolds. And I've looked at a lot of them. All right, let me clean this up a little bit. Either way, I'm going to wash all this, so all this minor dust is pretty much irrelevant. Make sure my hands are a little cleaner. All right, are you all ready to crank open the back plate? Let's hope that don't need cutting. Who knows? Based on the observation, it's going to need cutting. It's been pretty much a cut fest so far. I don't know if I cut this one deep enough, actually. Let's hope I cut this one deep enough. Oh, yeah. Cut it deep enough. Oh, what is this? Cut it perfect. You know, I could easily reuse these screws. There's no reason not to. Yeah, the screws are fine. How you doing there, Off Tap Ozzy? Welcome to the stream, man. I'm just disassembling a real rare OS 4-stroke, but it's been giving me a hard time. All right, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to move it a little bit like this because... Oh, yeah. Okay, it broke. It cracked open. All right, bros. Are we ready for the first ever look inside? I don't know if I should do a short out of this and just close this stream right now. All right. Oh, Paige Smith, I just caught my hands pretty good. All right, let's take a look inside. I've never even seen inside myself. Well, good news is, it's not too bad. What's up there, Offner guy? How you doing, man? We got the OSFS Surpass 26. Not too bad. I wonder why that little cutout is on the right side. Because really, there's nothing... Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. I wonder why... Let me clean this part. There's nothing unique about this backplate. There's literally no reason it has to be oriented in a certain position. There's no cutouts. Meaning, I think it's called non-interference. No, it's not an interference engine. Is that the correct term for this? So what is that cutout for? Timing? I don't... That doesn't do the timing in this. The timing is actually in the middle right there. All right, well, good news is we got the part out. Let's see, do we have any seals on this? There does not appear to be any paper gasket. And no O-ring. No O-ring and no paper gasket. Let me clean this up a little bit. I just want to examine it, how it is, Brian, you know, as I removed it. Yeah, that's odd. There's definitely no sealant on this. Weird, right? It's definitely a symmetrical backplate. Other than that portion right there. It's probably part of the mold, actually. Yeah, it's part of the mold. That is definitely just how it was molded. All right. First step. So far, no failures. I'm wondering if I should just heat it up and not even open it. Let's take a look inside there. All right, so there is the piston. I mean, it looks normal. It's not at the top. It's closer towards the bottom. Let me see. I don't want to mess with these because we already know these screws, I will not be able to Dremel them out. The head screws. I will not be able to Dremel those out because they're recessed. So let me think what is the next best solution. You guys have any solutions on the easiest way to do this? All right, often the guy wants me to look in the exhaust. So I also had a problem removing the exhaust. This is completely stuck as well. This probably needs 2 wrenches on it. You could tell it's basically built close to automotive level spec. See what I mean? It's not like a regular Nitro style exhaust manifold. Let me think of the best way to do this. Probably need two cross wrenches. All right, Rock Perry Jr. goes just soak it. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, ideally, I would just at least want to remove this. I need to find what a picture of this looks like. All right, so here it is. I found a picture of what it looks like. I'll show you guys what the exhaust actually looks like. You want to see? All right, so this is, I think, the one we have. Take a look. I'm going to zoom in. So this on the right is certainly the exhaust setup that we have. That's the correct one. We could see we have one nut going into another. That's like a pressure fitting. And this is just at the bottom. And then we have some O-rings. So yeah, we have basically a pressure fitting type setup. So I would need, yeah, like a regular tube wrench, it's called. So the thing is, my automotive tools are kind of hidden away right now. I don't have access to them. Yeah, these are very different. They're built pretty much like cars. All right, so but the next best thing I really need to do is to remove the exhaust. If I want to soak it, because I think we're going to have an issue with that. I think that's what's going to happen. I would have liked to remove the head, but I think maybe once I soak it, what's going to happen, I'll be honest with you guys, once I remove the minimal stuff here, I could put this in the ultrasonic cleaner, and it'll usually vibrate some of the screws loose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go crazy because these screws over here on top, they're recessed in the head. I definitely will not be able to Dremel them cleanly without going into the head. So I don't want to mess with that. This came off easy. That's no problem. Do I have any wrenches? All right, so let me just try this off camera. I'm going to set it to like a bigger setting. If not, I'll have to look for some other wrenches. Let me just try this. Off video, I'm doing it like right now. Oh, that's tight, bro. It ain't moving. No, that's hella tight. Or I'm not gonna mess with it. It's really real tight. I can't move it at all. Whoever did this really went the extra 9 yards, more than 1 yard, and it's basically unopenable. All right, so I'm gonna have to heat it. Obviously, thing is, it's really close to all of these carb components. So I think what I should probably do is remove the carb. What do you guys think? Remove the carb first, or just keep it as is? Either way, the carb has to get cleaned. It's completely jammed. I could easily remove the carb. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's undo the carb just a little bit. We'll see if the pinch bolt moves. Mother. Literally, not even the pinch bolt is moving. Not even the pinch bolt is moving. I'm looking for my regular 4-way wrench. Can't find my 4-way wrench. All right, so the pinch bolt is this. This is the insulator, the carb insulator. I don't want to remove the insulator because we have a gasket there. I don't want to mess with the gasket, but this is the insulator. What I need to remove is basically the pinch bolt. That's the pinch bolt. Let me go get another one. Looking for a 4-way wrench. My dudes, this engine is fighting me. Nope, none of them. This is like some kind of non-standard 4-way wrench pinch bolt. All right, so I have a couple options now. Let me read what you guys are saying. Yeah, Dana goes, you still need a seal gasket kit. Not unless I don't remove it. What's up there, Northeast Mods? How you doing, man? I got a rare OS 4-stroke today. It's tough to disassemble, as I'll tell you this is what it is. Oh, we just got the crank to move a little bit. You know what? Maybe just keep it how it is and just wash it out like that. Because I just moved it a little bit. Maybe don't fight it and just clean it, and maybe it'll be okay. What do you guys think? What's up there, Lionel guy? How you doing? Well, let me remove these upper portions again. This might be one of those engines where probably should do less than more. What do y'all think? Yeah. Let me clean the inside a little bit off video here, and then I'll do a little bit of heat on that, okay? Let's see what you people are saying. Yeah, people are saying just pull the valve cover and make sure that the valves move. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Once I clean it up a little bit, probably should do less than more with this one because it looks real crusty. All right, so the inside, I mean, it's not terrible. It's rusty, but I think, obviously, I'll try to clean some of that. Autobahn, how you doing, man? A lot of rust in this one. That's not really rust. It's more like gunk. Right? All that stuff is going to burn up. Lionel guy wants to know what car this is. So this is a Kyosho SuperTen, but the mystery is the 4-stroke engine. Yeah, the bearing is not the best, I'll be honest with you, but I think once I get a little bit of fuel WD-40 in there and ultrasonic, it'll clean like a little bit. Let's take a look inside here. What I'll do, I'm going to heat the block a little bit from the bottom to get a little bit of heat in it, okay? I just want to move it a little bit. I'm not saying a lot. Just like a little bit. Let's let it get a little of that heat in there. Got about 94 viewers, guys. Appreciate you tuning in on this awesome holiday today. Actually, the history of Valentine's Day is pretty much murder. Let's do a little more. I'm doing it in small little heat steps. This way the heat could travel up a little bit. I'm not doing it too much at one time. So blue Ford, that's right. We got some rockers. It's marginally hot. Like I could even touch it. It's not even taking that much heat, you know. Because I don't want to heat any of these parts. There could be like rubberish components in there. When I heat this portion, it looks like a pretty much metal case. Just a little bit. All right. I mean, it moves. The rockers, I could see the rocker moving a little bit. I mean, it's basically freed up. I need a little bit of fuel in there. And it'll get it going. Let me put a little bit of fuel. I normally don't do this on video. Put a little bit of nitro just in the bottom there. Obviously, this is going to have to go into, you know, an ultrasonic cleaner. But, yeah, you could see the sludge. All right, so take a look at the top. I mean, I could definitely see the exhaust and the intake valves moving. It's just that I'm vibrating because it's requiring a lot of pressure to turn. But it's definitely moving, bros. You can see that one is opening and one is closing. That's what you call a Chevy 350. Kidding around. It's definitely moving though. So we know the components aren't busted. I'm going to put this in the ultrasonic. The actual cam is, the timing is in that partition. Once again, I'm afraid to remove that because all these screws on this are pretty much 100% sealed to the death. Nitro Racing Power goes, how do you start it? You start it like pretty much any engine. Starter box, and I remove, well, the glow plug is in the back. You start it just like any engine, really. There's nothing unique about starting it. But I think probably in my best interest not to disassemble more. There's like a bunch of small little parts here. I think what I'll do is I'll just clean it, like overnight. And the valve train is not jammed. Right? You could see them opening and closing. What do you guys think about that? That's a proper nitro. Yeah, it's not that bad. I think probably a good idea. I'm not going to do too much on the inside there. I mean, it looks fine. Once it cleans up, it'll be fine. Yeah, probably a better idea not to remove any of this over here because we're talking about tiny little nuts on screws with like pretty much sickening tolerances, right? Yeah, probably a good idea. I'm going to just clean it up and we'll see how it is after. But good advice there from Nitro Pimp. He goes, remove the back plate first, bro. Don't listen to your first instinct. Listen to me. And Nitro Pimp was correct. So once it runs, I'll be able to tune it. Who the hell knows? There is timing that is adjustable here. But I think for now, that's probably all I can actually do on it, you know, safely here. The only other thing I would like to have done is to remove the exhaust. And I think what I'll do, obviously with some heat, I'll be able to do that. Let me see, you guys want me to heat this like directly right now and try to wrench it again? I'll try one more time. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I'll just try to wrench that a little bit. I use this as a little bit of a heat blocker. So I'll try to heat this because if I can remove this, I can just throw it all in the ultrasonic and it ain't a big deal. This is going to protect the heat, block the heat from going anywhere else, basically like a shield. Let me see what Dana said. Yeah, maybe I will need a head gasket, but I hope not, Dana, bro. I hope not, you know. Once again, this is a very old engine. Who knows what issues you run into. Oh, I see something bubbling over there. All right, let's see how it is. I didn't do too much. What's up there, Exocy? Oh, we got it, baby. It was on there. Hardcore. It was on there. Real hardcore, bros. But I basically know how it works now. All right, let's see. That's right, Nitro Racing Power. This is my USSR caliper. This thing, heat shield, caliper, stabber, whatever you want. This thing made in Russia, super strong. All right, so we're making steady progress, I must say. All right, so it looks like this threads into the head. Right. So, yeah, it's no big deal. Honestly, it's pretty cake. Cake, man. Let me turn the light on. We'll take a look inside. Oh, baby. That's inside the head. Let me spin over the flywheel. Oh, yeah, you could see those. The piston, what is that? The valves. Oh, baby. There we go. Well, they definitely open. They're definitely not stuck. All right, so that does appear to, yes, be a copper washer in there. Yeah, so that is a copper washer. This is literally automotive grade. Yeah, and it's pretty clean inside, so there's really no need to go crazy. I'm just going to clean externally, remove the plug. Let's see what the plug is all about. Guys, want me to undo the plug? Could we get a hell yeah? Let me take a look at this. So yeah, there's basically a copper fitting on the inside. This is just the exhaust. There's nothing crazy here. All right, let's undo the plug. All of this I'll be able to clean. Question is, how am I going to dry it? Oh, you heat it up, it'll dry, right, by itself? Autobahn and Dana appreciate it with the hell yes. I guess if you heat it up, it'll just dry. All right, let me remove this off the guy with the hell yeah. Let's check if the plug works. Man, this is literally like automotive assembly quality, right? They're not using any rubber O-rings anywhere. They call this an OS F-type glow plug. Oh yeah, it's pretty unique. I could tell this plug is unique. It's longer than a regular plug. It's called the F-type. Is this the same plug that they use in the gas engine Nitro Pimp? I'm not sure. But let me do a little clean on it and we'll check it. Never seen a plug like that. I've seen a lot of plugs in life. I've plugged a lot of things. Never seen a plug like this. We got redness. We got a plug, baby. All right, plug is good. Plug is good. Copper washer is in here. So what I'll do, I'm going to remove that actually. Gently. And we'll reuse it. Check that out. Oh, man. We could see the piston inside move, actually. Watch this as I spin it. Oh, the piston's clean, bros. This is a ringed piston, by the way. I'm trying to get a good light on it. It's clean. Yeah, Nitro Racing Power. Yeah, this is just a regular copper gasket, it seems, for the exhaust. I'm sorry, for plug. That must be the hole through the crankcase directly there, because nothing goes into there. Yeah, once I clean this, it'll be clean. Like, it ain't gonna be dirty like that again. But I think at this point, I'm probably not gonna disassemble anymore. I would like to remove the carb though. So, what do you guys think? Risk removing the carb? All right, so I have good access to this screw, and I have good, I would say, average access to this screw. The carb is seized. I do want to clean the carb. The problem is I don't want to remove this gasket. I mean, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, honestly. I'm going to try. I'm not going to go too crazy. If the screws don't come out, I'm just going to leave it, all right? I already heated it up to some level, so let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to try. All right, this one is good. This one's loose. Let's try this one. All right, okay. The gasket is, screws are out. No issues so far that I can see. Let me just take a look at what kind of gaskets they use. That felt quick. All right, so on this side, that's a pretty interesting solid. This is like a solid gasket, so this is reusable. Yeah, this is nothing crazy. So you could see the valves on the inside there too. All right, so this is pretty much going to be reusable. I'm not worried about this. I'm going to keep it how it is. Let's take a look at the carb. The carb I will clean. This I'm just going to keep, so should be able to clean it no problem, right? There's no point in removing the pinch bolt once this is a single assembly anyway. All right, my dudes, what do you think? Did Hybrid do something fun here today? I think I did. I think I tried to save this engine as much as possible. Yeah, Nitro Racing Power, I'm going to put the carb into the cleaner as well, and then I'll oil it up, WD-40 it. It should be just fine, bro, because you see these parts right here, they're like real crusty. And in fact, I could even see, yeah, this needs to be trimmed. This does not work good. So I think that's going to be it, bro. So I'm going to be here for like a couple more minutes. Gotta get a hell yeah. Appreciate you for tuning in on today's oh shit, did I say Thanksgiving? I meant Valentine's Day. Got my tea. My tea is all cold already. Sickening. Come on. I think I did a good enough job where nothing got destroyed. I think I did. It's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of assembled like a motorcycle. Right, so all of this, really nothing in here that needs to be really disassembled anymore, I think. What do you guys think? You think all of this could just go into the ultrasonic? Because I don't want to disassemble this block anymore. Some of these parts might fall out, but you know, I pretty much know where they go. All of this stuff is screwed in. There's literally no point in removing this. Right, Dana, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys' comments along the way. I know it could get a little stressful. You're saying things in the chat. I'm not listening to you. That's because I wasn't reading at the time. You know what I'm saying? XOC, how you doing, bro? Well, man, welcome to the channel. I hope you become a subscriber, hopefully a channel member one day. I pride myself on the cool, the rare, and making them great again. Because this is probably a nitro engine I will likely never again have in life. So, gotta take every opportunity to make it wonderful. Let me just catch up with a couple of the comments here in the chat. Paige goes, is that a Syntax clutch? No, this appears to be just a regular style clutch. I'm not going to remove it right now, although honestly I probably should. But just because, well, if you guys want, I'll remove the clutch bell. It's probably not going to come apart anyway, because knowing how seized everything here is, it might only come off after the ultrasonic. But I'll try to remove it just to check the bearings. But it's definitely not a Syntax clutch. Syntax clutches have completely different flywheels. So I'll try to remove it, but chances are this is going to be jammed as also. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, turn. Oh, damn, I can't believe it. It actually spins. Although, with a crazy amount of thread lock. It's probably like a 2-shoe clutch. Crazy thread lock on this. All right, so this is the last thing I'm going to do. Pretty much successful, I would say. Oh, and of course it's stuck on the race. Let me see if I can lift it up like this a little bit. Yeah, there's always obstacles. You go old engines, you gotta face the obstacles, you know? Oh yeah, it's stuck on the race. Okay, we got it. All right, it needed a little motivation. Oh, it's a proper clutch. It's a 3-shoe, but a single spring. I've actually rarely seen a setup like this. Clutch bell looks to be glazed, you know, a normal amount. Gears, I would say they're pretty good. They look like obviously the anodizing is removed, but like the gear tooth itself is fine. I mean, it seems pretty strong. I mean, yeah, it moves. Keep in mind, guys, these engines actually run at lower RPM. So, you know, I think worst case scenario, if the clutch spring is bad, who cares? I'll use a Traxxas spring in here. But it's a 3-shoe setup. All right, bros. I think that's going to be it for today. I appreciate you showing up. And can I get a hell yeah on your way out? You all have a good night. And if you have not seen today's Duratrax video, please go watch it. We need attention on the old Nitros. Without that, we're not going to have much. Sorry to tell you that, bros, but please go load up today's actual edited video. Because these streams, they're one thing. But the streams, they don't get mainstream viewership. So if you want, you know, brands out there to really understand that Nitros are sought after, they're not going to look at streams. This is nothing. This is nothing. They're going to want proper, dedicated, edited videos with good quality. So please go load them up. I would appreciate it. Big Boys Toys page, Monte Cristo, Rusty Customs, Nitro, Dana. All of you guys, appreciate you. I will be back sooner or later. And now it's time to go finish up the rest of the wine and do a little bit of a mini party. My dudes, may the valves be with you. See you all next time.